Gunterbots.
Hello and welcome to Gunterbots. I'm Walter Gunter. Let's get making. As you can see, I've got my Scratch open. This is a special form of Scratch. It's the S4A because it's modified to work with the Arduino. There are other ways to do it, but this way seems to be the easiest. Download, install, and then you're communicating with your Arduino. You will have to install a version of the software onto the Arduino, which we cover in a prior video. This one's just us programming. One of the things you notice with the layout of Scratch is you have these categories on the left, and each category is a bunch of different kinds of blocks, and we'll get into a lot of those. Today I'm just going to show you how to get it going. When you take a block from the left side and you drop it into the middle, this makes that block active. So when you do whatever is here as part of the control, that will cause it to come active. So this is control. This is typically where we start. When you pick an item from here and place it on the screen, that is what you're going to do. And on the right side, you see the green flag and the red stop sign. Here is your Arduino, which is this is called a sprite if you're familiar with Scratch, and these are just the readings from pins that are on your Arduino. And if you notice, there's analog 0 through 5 and digital 2 and 3. There's actually more, and if you can see on this picture, you have your analog inputs and your power, and then you have your digital outputs, and there's also like ground and 3v3 and 5 volts and ground, and all of those become important. The only ones we care about today are going to be on the digital side of your actual, and I'll show you that here on the screen. And these are on this side over here. And the ground, GND, stands for ground, which is the negative side. So I'll show you kind of how that works out. And we're going to do this LED, light emitting diode. Now the thing about a light emitting diode is it only allows, because it's a diode, it only allows current to pass one way. And although I have this bent a little bit, you'll notice that there is one side that's a little longer than the other. That's your anode and your cathode. Your anode is your positive side, and your cathode is your negative side. So if you were to plug the power on the shorter one and the ground on this one, nothing would happen because it's like a one-way door. If you put power on this side and ground on this side, power goes through the open door and turns on your light. So what I'm going to ask you to do real quick, and then we'll get back into the Scratch screen, is take your green, red, whatever color you want, and because we're only using a low voltage, we can do this directly. If it was a different LED, this could be bad, but we're not going to worry about that today. So let's find 10. And we start at 0 because that makes sense. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Put the long one in 10. And the short one in my GND is right here. So 8, 9, 10. And ground. Okay. Now, come back on the screen, talk about it again. Blocks on the left, workspace here in the middle, sprite on the right. And you can do things to make it one, control your Arduino, but also display things here on the screen. So it's going to interact with your computer, but it could also interact with the Arduino itself. We're just going to use the green flag to start, and we're going to use control, and then we're going to go to motion. In motion, we have a bunch of blocks relating to digital and analog and motor. We're just going to use digital because, like I just said, we plugged it into digital 10, and we're going to turn digital 10 on. So watch what happens here. So when we click the green flag and it'll turn on digital 10. Done. Is that awesome? That is awesome. Now you want to turn it off. Well, okay, so I just dropped an on. Let me drop an off on there. Let's do that. Okay, I want to turn my digital 10 on, then I want to turn it off. Okay. Let me click the green again. Nothing happened. What's going on? Well, you've probably figured it out. It's turning it on and off so fast you can't even see the light change. So let's go back to control. Let's give a little bit of a wait between these two so you can kind of see it happen. And let's do it again. Turn it on, 1 second, turn it off. Now, that is awesome. You just control the light with your Arduino. But we all know we'd like to do more than just turn a light on and off. Let's do it 10 times. 10 times is a lot. Let's change it to 5. Let's do it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It went faster than I could count, I guess. So 5 times, but that's kind of, okay, that's awesome. Well, let's go ahead and let's say hello. Every time we go through, we'll say hello world. And that will happen 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Happened faster than we can tell. So it's kind of like, okay, that's awesome, but I want to be able to know what I'm doing. So let's go to congratulations. Let's type congratulations here. And let's change this hello world to give me a minute to think about how excited I am for this. Let's say hello world, and let's wait a second. We don't need to wait 2 seconds. Let's wait 1 second. Okay, so it's going to turn the light on. Wait a second, turn the light off, say hello world for a second, turn the light on, and go through that again 5 times, and at the end it will say congratulations. 1, hello world. 2, hello world. 3, hello world. 4, hello world. 5, hello world. Congratulations, and congratulations to you. In our next video, we'll add more capability and we'll actually make this even cooler. Congratulations.